Right now, your language school is probably losing bookings to competitors who reply faster than you do. When a prospective student is comparing schools, they often email several at once, and the one that replies first usually wins the business. That was the exact case at Francis King, one of London's largest English language schools. We built them an AI assisted inquiry management system that now saves the team around 2 hours a day, with a person still checking every reply before it goes out. In this video, I'll show you how the system works, how any school or service business can use the same approach to handle inquiries faster, and also explain why we deliberately chose not to automate everything. Francis King runs a busy admissions operation, and like many schools, they had every kind of message imaginable arriving in the same place. New course inquiries sat alongside existing bookings, payment confirmations, visa documents, and more. And each one of these needed a human to make a final judgment call. Before anyone could reply, someone had to open the email, work out what kind of message it was, find the right course details, decide what should happen next, and then write the reply or log the inquiry somewhere else. And one email like that costs almost nothing in terms of time, but having the same process running all day, every day, becomes a serious drain on the team. And the deeper problem here was a commercial one. Every slow reply gave a competitor the chance to win that booking first. So that overloaded inbox was steadily costing Francis King money in lost enrolments. Now, this is where a lot of businesses approach AI from the wrong direction. They start by asking whether AI can write their emails. But the more useful question is where the repetitive first pass work is actually happening, because that's where the time really disappears. And for Francis King, that first pass was where everything jammed up. So that's what we dealt with first. The system does three main jobs. First, it sorts the inbox. Then it prepares the correct next step. And finally, it leaves the team in full control of every reply that it's created for them. So here's how that looks. First off, a new email arrives in the team's London inbox. The automated system picks it up, checking every 15 minutes, and then it cleans up the message to make sure the AI can read it properly with no junk and no mistakes. So the first real step here is classification. The AI works out whether the email is a new course inquiry, part of an existing booking, or something else altogether. And that distinction is very important because a parent asking about a summer course for their child needs a very different response from a student sending proof of payment. So the system decides what kind of message has arrived before it even starts drafting anything. When the email is a new inquiry, the system pulls out the useful details in the background. It captures the student's name, the course they're interested in, a possible start date, how long they want to study, their English level, and any other specific questions they've asked. And those details are then used to drive everything that follows down the line. From there on, the system then checks the school's own course information and its approved standard responses, which we store in a knowledge base. This is also very important because it means that the AI is only ever working from information that the school has already signed off. It's not making up things on its own. Then it drafts a reply in the school's own voice and style using one of the most capable AI models available, which is Claude Opus 4.8. The original message sits underneath the email so the team can see the full context, make any edits, and send the reply themselves, giving them full control. And adding that review step was a deliberate design choice. For a language school like Francis King, many details carry real consequences like age requirements, important visa questions, and course start dates. So it's really important to have a person there making the final call before hitting send. For every new inquiry, the system also creates the matching CRM record, so the lead is captured properly instead of just sitting in the inbox until somebody potentially forgets about it. This makes the team reply faster, and it means that fewer opportunities slip through the net. Now, new booking emails are handled differently. When a message relates to an existing booking, the system identifies what it is. It could be payment proof, visa documents, flight details, or something else. Maybe something complex enough to need a person straight away. But that means the team spends far less time sorting and preparing before they can actually take action. So that's an important pattern here. The biggest wins from automation usually come from tackling the awkward middle part of a process, where the same work repeats again and again. I want to be clear about what we chose not to build here, because over-automating is one of the most common ways that these projects can fail. We didn't try to automate every inbound channel at once. The school also receives WhatsApp and phone inquiries, and we talked about this, and we could have built infrastructure to tackle them, but it was considerably more complex and expensive. Their email inbox was the most painful bottleneck, and it was also the fastest route to generating real value. So that's where we decided to start. And the impact was really clear. The system now saves the admissions team around 2 hours a day writing emails manually. It checks their inbox every 15 minutes, helps the team to respond faster, and it removed the pressure to hire extra admin cover during their busiest season. So, if there's one lesson here for other language schools and for service businesses in general, it's to stop leading with the question of how to use AI. Instead, you should start by finding where your workflows actually break down and where revenue leaks because the business can't respond fast enough. Your inbox is an important part of your sales and booking process, whether you treat it that way or not. And every business will have its own version of this. For Francis King, it was the admissions inbox. But for another company, it might be proposals, client onboarding, lead qualification, or document processing. The tools matter far less than the workflow. So find the repetitive work sitting closest to your revenue and fix that part first. So if you run a language school or any service business where the high volume of inquiries is putting pressure on your team, there's a link below to book a call with me. We'll take a look at your current booking workflow, work out where the repetitive admin is really happening, and decide together whether AI automation is a sensible fit for you. If your inbox has become the bottleneck and slow replies are handing bookings to your faster competitors, then it's definitely worth looking at this properly. Thanks so much for watching, and please feel free to drop any questions in the comments or contact me directly.